Welcome back. More than a week after Valentine's Day, guess what? Love is still in the air. This afternoon, life coach Michelle Barr joins us to talk about the 3 stages of a fulfilling and a lasting, loving relationship. You are very, very popular here, ma'am, so it's great to see you back because the phones are ringing and we always get the emails, especially when it comes to love. So quickly, first, why is love so elusive? Why is that something people feel like they're manifesting and it just seems to slip through sometimes?
This is really the long game we're talking about. And if you realize that each of us is this multifaceted diamond, and when we come in connection with each other, there are things about each other that are going to light us up, and there are things that are going to trigger us. So there's a whole energetic and psychological thing going on. And the bottom line is our brain and our nervous system seek out, this is like this, and I know this. And so we seek out things that are comfortable and familiar, even when they aren't always what is best for us. So it's becoming conscious about this and recognizing you start out in this honeymoon phase, and everybody hears about the honeymoon phase, and we really love that, where you're lighting up around all the ways that this new person in your life is so great and everything that is the same that you love. But what happens as we start interacting and engaging is we start bumping up against our own stuff. And this is where you have the decision to either react from a triggered place, which is all your old stuff that's uncleared and unhealed and unresolved that's coming back up, or responding in the present to what is actually really going on in the relationship. If you can think of it this way, we hand people scripts and costumes, and people play out roles and they mirror stuff for us. And when we aren't doing our own work on our own stuff, we play it out with other people, and they're not really the people we need to clear, heal, and resolve it with. Mm-hmm. Then what happens is one or both people in this relationship step outside the circle. They go find other things. They get involved in other things, other people. Sometimes they can just withdraw and numb out. It can be addictions. It can be throwing themselves into work, and then a distance starts growing. But the key is, if you can stay in this sacred circle together with your partner and do the work and stay in the present and learn to fight fair, learn to love your partner through it. I choose to love you through this. And recognize when you're playing out your stuff and being able to grow together as a couple rather than growing apart. That's really the key. And this is a long game. So this plays out over weeks, months, and years.
I want to check to see if this would be an example of that, just to make sure everyone is following. So if I am dating a guy and he turns his phone off and disappears for a night, and that has happened to me before, and that caused the end of a relationship, that means I have to be aware that maybe the reason I'm so upset that new guy turned his phone off is because of the other relationship. So I can't bring all that heat and fire and how dare you to this new guy because he doesn't have anything to do with that. Maybe his phone died, right?
Yeah, that's a great example. You want to come in, of course, what's non-negotiable for you and learning to communicate in a healthy way. You might be able to say to him, I don't like that, or what happened. But we come in hot, like you said, overreacting because we might have abandonment or rejection issues, and our brain is saying, this person is leaving you just like always. Here's what's happening. And then they react from their wounded place as well. And then you're no longer fighting the fight in the present. You're triggered and you're responding. So there's a way to come at it. It also doesn't mean that you stay in every relationship if it's not good for you, but you deal with things in the present and recognize when you're reacting instead of responding.
Very good. All right, we'll leave it right there. We will see you next week. Dr. Michelle Barr, thank you so much. All the way from Texas, checking in with us here in Detroit.
Thank you.
Good to see you.